Universal Monsters at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood 2018. Music by Slash. I cannot wait to talk about this. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Night Freak Asylum, and today we're going to be talking about the Universal Classic Monsters coming back to Halloween Horror Nights for 2018, and what a perfect way to close off the 2018 announcements for this year. This is a huge announcement. By the way, I'm really sorry that I haven't been uploading all that much. I've moved up to my university again, and I will be uploading on Fridays now. So if you haven't seen the new setting, new time video, that's there and explains all of what's going to be going on from now on. But for now, Friday afternoons to evenings are going to be the new upload times, as it allows me to create and upload videos during the week along with the rest of my class schedules and stuff here at university. So yeah, back to it. What a perfect way to end off the announcements for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood 2018. Yes, just Hollywood. Just Hollywood is going to be getting this particular maze. And honestly, with all the exclusives that Orlando gets, I'm sorry, Orlando, but we got this for ourselves this time, and it's good. We couldn't be more happier. And yeah, so let's look at the description for the maze, and we'll go further into it. Inspired by Universal's legendary horror films, the Universal Monsters Maze, featuring an original score produced and composed by Grammy Award-winning musician Slash, will shake horror fans to the core with a petrifying modern rendition. After decades of rot and decay as they lay moldering in their graves, the Universal Monsters' disdain for the living has risen to a bloodthirsty, all-consuming level. Invade their eternal resting place and witness the bone-chilling resurrection of Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, the Phantom of the Opera, and the Wolfman, among others. As they rise from the dead, thirsty for revenge, you will fall victim to the terrifying images and stories that helped invent the horror genre, and they could not be more right with that statement. These guys are the precursors to everything horror that we see nowadays. They inspired it all. All of it was originally old European folklore, at least most of it, or old stories, European stories, or old novels, old Victorian horror novels, but they all came, from this old sort of European sort of style of storytelling, and as a result, and as a result of the films, after the novelizations and the oral tradition that has passed down these monsters, we got the films, and those films helped create and evolve what horror is today. So we really owe so much respect to the filmmakers, the makeup artists, and the creatures, the characters themselves that helped shape the genre that we love today. And what better way to pay them homage than a maze at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, put on by one of the biggest aficionados of those particular characters, John Murdy himself. These are his babies, and I believe that as a result of that, this is going to be probably one of the best mazes in HHN history, if not the best. Yes, I said it. This maze has the potential to be just that, and I believe that John Murdy and Chris Williams, them being so involved with the monsters as they grew up, they're really going to take care of this maze. This maze is going to be, I'm sure it's going to be the highlight of the event. Stranger Things, Trick or Treat, Halloween 4, The Poltergeist, all of those are amazing properties. But I think even if Stranger Things was in the soundstage, I think that it's going to be outshined by this maze, because of the sheer quality that I think is going to be brought this time. And then you also have Slash brought on board to do the soundtrack, and Slash did Clowns 3D, music by Slash, and honestly that maze was absolutely amazing. It was completely original, and yeah, but this here is something different, something very special, not only to the horror community, not only to the creators of this maze, but just as these pop culture icons that they've become. So this is amazing. And at Scare LA, just a few days ago, John Murdy revealed some of the sculpts for the event, or for this particular maze. They look amazing. I'm not going to show them here on the channel, but just saying that they took a really nice original approach to these monsters while still keeping that classic feel, or that classic, creature feel. It's, a lot of these movies were, creature features, and I mean in their own sense, and they sort of started that. So I mean, the Frankenstein's monster, I can tell you that he looks decayed. I can tell you that most of the monsters look like weird, sort of grotesque versions of what you'd expect from a classic Monsters maze. And it was a really good call to do that, because you have a lot higher scare threshold with the horror fans nowadays. And so that was a really smart move on their part. He also let us listen. I mean, Slash was also a guest on the panel at Scare LA, and they also let us listen to clips from the soundtrack at the maze, and I can tell you that they're going to be absolutely epic. They are very, very subtle, but also at the same time filling your heart with that nostalgia and dread that you want to sort of feel in a Halloween Horror Nights maze, and especially one about the Universal monsters. It sort of returns that feel of classic Halloween to you, which again ties into our overlying theme. These characters are almost synonymous with the classic Halloween feel, and along with the Scare Zones, Trick or Treat, Monster Masquerade, Hell's Harvest, and the one about the holidays. This is going to be an entire event wrapped up in Halloween nostalgia specifically, whereas you have Orlando's event is tied up in 80s movies, 80s horror movies nostalgia, which is great. They got that going for them. They got a bunch of original mazes along with a few IPs, and then we ourselves have a lot of IPs, but the original stuff that we're getting is greatly based on Halloween stuff, and so are some of the IPs. So it's going to be great. We're going to get that nostalgia with not only the Universal monsters, but the Stranger Things, the Trick or Treat, the Hell's Harvest, and the Monster Masquerade. So let's talk about Monster Masquerade, and let's add on to that. If you haven't already seen my Scare Zone video, check that out. But the Monster Masquerade, we learned that it's going to be at the end of the Universal Classic Monsters maze. So that is another really cool thing, because you normally don't have Scare Zones encapsulating mazes, ones that fit the actual aesthetic and theme of that maze. So what we're going to be getting over there at Monster Masquerade are sort of scary masquerade ball attendees that sort of have vampiric looks to them. Maybe ones that are also Phantom inspired, and we're also going to get ones that are Frankenstein inspired. So all of those are sort of attendees, and then you're going to get the Hunchback of Notre Dame is going to be there as well, and we're going to get it's just going to be a really cool Scare Zone, because also it is presided over by the Red Death himself, which again ties in greatly to the Phantom of the Opera, but I just think that this is perfect. I'm a huge fan of anything Red Death, the Mask of the Red Death. It's just all so awesome, and the aesthetic that comes with it is just something amazing and near and dear to my heart specifically, personally, should I say. So getting to see that character, the Mask of the Red Death, is just going to be one of my all-time dreams come true, along with seeing the Wolfman and the Invisible Man in the maze. This is going to be truly a magical experience, I think, for all horror fans. So yeah, I mean, everything's going to be epic. I can't stress that enough. The monsters, the creatures were sculpted to perfection. If you've seen the images, the art for the maze shows that the maze is going to be great quality. The transitions are going to be badass, along with that soundtrack, that real solid Universal classic monster soundtrack that has has a modern twist to it with that electric guitar and stuff that Slash has, and it's just going to be beautiful. So yeah, I mean, I have nothing more to say. I mean, the event is only a couple weeks away now, and man, the excitement is real, guys. The hype is real. I got front of the line passes, so it's gonna be an amazing night. I don't live near LA, so I can't be up there all the time. But this event, personally, is the highlight night of my year, alongside Halloween. So, boy, this is gonna be amazing, and it has the potential to be one of the best Halloween Horror Nights years of all time. Maybe even competing with 2016. Who knows? But yeah, this is going to be truly something special this year, especially with John Murdy reaching the latter part of his career. What better time to put on a Universal Classic Monsters maze and appeal to all the horror fans with a beautiful rendition of these beloved characters. So I've been James Young. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. This has been my thought on the Universal Classic Monsters coming to Halloween Horror Nights 2018. And stay tuned for more videos coming really soon on the event, because we're only a couple weeks away. Also stay tuned for some of the other stuff we're going to be doing during haunt season. Haunted trails, haunted tours, we'll get it all to you guys. And also maybe the Proctor Valley Road vlog. We went on sort of a scouting mission down there and saw what we could see. Really, it was just sort of a way for us to get comfortable with the road before we went back down at 3 a.m. in a future time. So maybe we can see things. We'll slow down, and maybe we'll get out of the car and take a look around at that point. So that's just what you're going to get for the Proctor Valley Road for now. It's sort of just a run through and maybe thoughts on it. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been James Young with Night Freak Asylum. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and we'll get some new videos to you coming up really soon. So yeah, thanks.